Next moves, guys, are going to be the steering and the exhaust. So I'm going to go ahead and put the K-member up for a minute and show you guys the exhaust. There we go. I kept those mounted to a piece of popsicle stick for a while just to keep them safe. And what we've got is some straight pipes that we finished up with some Alkalide too, just to kind of downplay them a little bit. I wanted them for the shape and the silhouette more than for the detail. I don't know if I've spoken about it too much, but I do want to specify something while we're at it, that I don't really think of this as some sort of like history period correct challenge, so to speak. I really think more or less that the vehicle is an art form. The vehicle in and of itself is a practical art form that as much as you can bring ideas and concepts to the table, and your detailing is definitely something that makes that happen. Sometimes the method takes it out of the picture, and you have to just really rely on the fact that you're putting together an image. It's not going to work. It doesn't go anywhere. It is something to make you think, and that is it. So, in all reality, it's got to look cool, but it doesn't have to have every little piece. Especially the ones that are tricky to see. It's like this one right here. Right now, I'm attempting to load the steering unit into the firewall, but I've already mounted the exhaust and I've already epoxied in the engine, and I honestly don't know how I'm supposed to get this where it's got to go. Does not look like coming in from above is going to happen. So this is going to be one of those examples when we may have to backtrack out of a piece here. This car may not have steering. We'll see. And as much as there was a time in this build where that may have really bothered me, at this point it's really negligible. I honestly don't know how you would be able to even see this piece once it's in there. So we shall see. If I can find a way to squeeze it in there, then we'll do it, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. Next challenge. How do we get these two guys to sit delightfully right there? These are more or less going to be suspended by the end of the just piece to piece. I think it's pretty much how it's going to go down. And they sit like this. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and hold off on these until I get the suspension and the tires and everything where it needs to go, because those are just going to complicate stuff. And this has got to fit. No two ways about it. This is the money. Okay, so those pipes very well may have fit just like I had them the first time, but I wouldn't have known that or been able to get these tires in if I didn't go ahead and get this squared away first. Now, it also looks like I'm going to have to do the front suspension first, because this is going to have to sit, set, and basically glue down all four wheels at the same time with epoxy, so they all sit and set at the same time. Boom, boom, boom. And then we'll worry about some of the rest of the stuff. So let's go ahead and get the front suspension squared away, and we will go forward with the build. once I get it in a spot and it looks like it's set, I might push on it a little bit, but I generally want to just let it sit and find a way to let go. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but I keep a little cup over here, someplace to pitch my super glue that's quick, and that way I can ditch it real quick right into that bowl, and I know that it's going to land with the nozzle up. As you can see, a little bit rubs off here every once in a while. I also pitch my toothpick into there, catches little pieces and such, but that way I have some place that is consistent that I can go ahead and I can keep the glue from winding up anywhere that I'm working, because this is the last place I want to have stray little droplets of glue floating around that I don't know about until I accidentally push a piece across it and suddenly it's stuck. So there we go, fellas. We've got our K-member and our track bar together. We're going to go ahead and flip it over and mount the shock absorbers. Here's the next pieces here for this front suspension. It's got the tie rods, or I'm sorry, the brakes and I guess the steering linkage. I'll be honest with you fellas, I think I'm gonna probably just go ahead and mount that with glue, just so that I can treat it as one unit when I put it together. I did drop spindles for these pieces, so it may be tricky getting it all put together. But anyway, that's the start of it right there. I'm going to go ahead and mock it up one time just to see how it goes together, if it goes together. It's been together before. Now it's just a question of whether or not we'll do it again. Well, I got bad news about these shocks. I don't know if they're going to work out. There's one of them just come off right there, so I'm going to knock this one off too and see if we can't figure out a better way to mount them. So, first piece first. Once again, I forgot to knock off some of that paint. It's a little thing, man. Little tiny thing. Makes this process a lot easier. Alright, there we go. Next piece is going to be these guys. That's not the piece. Here we go. Anyway, here's the next pieces here for this front suspension. It's got the tie rods, or I'm sorry, the brakes and I guess the steering linkage. This one basically calls for you to have these pieces all put together this way and then lay this in here. To be honest with you fellas, I think I'm going to probably just go ahead and mount that with glue, just so that I can treat it as one unit when I put it together. I did drop spindles for these pieces, so it may be tricky getting it all put together. But anyway, that's the start of it right there. I'm going to go ahead and mock it up one time just to see how it goes together, if it goes together. It's been together before. Now it's just a question of whether or not we'll do it again. question if I can get all those points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to sit together with glue all at the same time. We shall see, boys and girls. We shall see.